Hi everybody and welcome back to Time to Go. Bob here. Hope everybody is doing well out there today. Really excited. Today is the first day of summer. Hope you guys have some fun summer plans this year. Looking forward to some good weather. Today we're going to be taking a look at a relatively new release from Seiko. I had done an unboxing on this watch a few weeks back. We're going to be taking a look at a watch from their Prospex landline, the SRPC33, and it's a pretty cool one. So let's spin the camera around. We'll take a closer look at the watch. Now, if you're aware of this watch, there was a little talk about this being a replacement for the Alpinist when it was first released. I'd read it in a couple of forums, and even the seller had it in the product description when I purchased the watch. It's just not the case at all. Functionally, they both have the compass bezel, but it's just such a different watch. I can't see how this replaces the Alpinist. Nothing wrong with that. It's just its own thing to my eye. So these come out in three colors at the moment. There's the green that we have here, there's blue, and then a really nice slate dialed version, all with that beautiful sunburst dial. As for some of the numbers for you guys, we have a case width of 42 millimeters, lug to lug's right around 50 millimeters. The thickness is 12.5 millimeters. Now, the weirdest measurement that kind of surprised me coming from Seiko is the lug opening of 21 millimeters. Definitely limits your strap options, although you might get away with squeezing through a 22 millimeter NATO. The water resist here is 100 meters, which isn't bad. My only problem with that is there is no screw down crown. I usually avoid water without a screw down crown, so that's another bit of a negative for me. I can live with it, but it's just something to think about if you're buying one. The watch houses the Seiko 4R35 movement, hacking and hand winding. I've had quite a few watches with it. Great movement. Don't think I've ever had an issue with one. So back to the dial, it's such a vibrant sunburst effect here. A little hard to capture on camera, but it looks great in person with the big Arabics at 3, 6, 9, and 12. It's a very legible watch. The hands help with that legibility too. If you look at the hour hand, it comes out and touches just the tip of the hour markers. Same for the minute and second hand. They come right to the edge of the minute track, which is a nice little detail. We have the black date wheel at 4:30. Bit of an odd placement, but the fact that it's black helps it blend into the dial. We have an inner rotating compass bezel operated by the crown here at 4. Now, I did a video on how to use your watch as a compass a while back, so I'm not going to get into that today. I will leave a link, though, to that in the description below for anyone that's interested. The compass bezel, it's a neat function, but really one that I've never needed to use. I do like the look of it, though. So, lume. We've got a Seiko here. I love good lume. This one doesn't disappoint. So let me just kill the lights here. So the LumiBrite isn't quite as bright as we're used to seeing from Seiko divers, but it's still pretty strong. Love those lumed numerals, so very good and obviously really easy to see the orientation of the watch in the dark. The case is stainless steel finished with a gunmetal ion plating. Nice finish with lots of little bevels and edges, especially around the lugs. The crowns are both unsigned. You can see they are just polished. Very easy to grip and turn though. Pretty smooth winding action. We also have a display case back here with Seiko and the Prospex logo printed in black. Nothing special with the movement, but it's still fun to look at. The last thing I wanted to quickly touch on before taking a look on wrist is the strap. Comes on a canvas strap. It is backed with leather. Really nice pairing for the watch. It was a little stiff at first, but even though it still looks brand new, it broke in pretty decently after a couple of wears. So let's take a quick look on wrist. Okay, so here it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. So there's one last minor gripe I have with this watch I just want to bring up with you guys, and it is the crown for the bezel. Every time I look down at the watch, the bezel is almost always off center, sometimes quite a bit. I believe that's an issue the Alpinist has too, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if it catches my hand a bit or if it's just from putting my hands in my pocket, but I find myself readjusting it pretty often. I don't really use that function, so it's not a huge deal. Otherwise, the watch wears really well, has a nice solid look and feel. I just love the dial, and again, that compass bezel, even though it's not particularly practical, it does have that cool factor, so definitely a good option if you're looking for something in the field watch category. Alright guys, so that is going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed our look at the Seiko. If there's any questions on the watch that I didn't cover in today's video, feel free to ask in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.